this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a trigger warning message. It came to me this morning while I was sitting at the table, and it hit me, and it said, you know what? We are handling, those are the ones that are in um, third party situations. Maybe I retitle this to third party situations. We're handing our person over to the karmic. Now, this goes two ways, and I get a fork in the road as I'm even saying this to you. One way we handle it, we need to get to the point that we're handing them over so they can be able to do what they need to do, which is their job. Now, I know before it had been very controversial, and before when I had said it earlier, I was before my time. I was feeling like a witch at the Salem witch hunt. How dare you say that the karmics are divine? How dare you say that they're here to help me? How dare you? It came to me while I was sitting there that they're saying, you know what? You think of a child that is, or a teenager, and I know some of you all might have been in that situation where when you have a parent that don't like the person that they're dating, and a lot of times the parents are like, I forbid you, you can't see them, and before you know it, they're on the road to being like star-crossed lovers like Romeo and Juliet, where they're saying we're going to be with each other until we die, or I'll kill myself if I can't be with that person. When we send those vibrations over to our persons that are in those karmic situations, and again, karma is, and I like how I had seen Divine Maverick say, it's whatever you put into it. Whatever you put out there is what you're getting back. So if it's bad karma, hey, that's where you got to learn your lesson from. If it's good karma, then that's where you learn your lesson from, being in that situation. We have to remember that those karmic situations again are there to be lessons. Those are hard lessons. That's what karma means if it's in the bad term, which is, or the negative of the shadow that we have to do, which is we have to work on those various things because they're helping us to be able to become divine and to go to the next level, whether we like it or not, whatever way that we called within our soul contract, that how they're saying we need it. You have to remember, just like Tina Turner, some people like it rough and some people like it easy. Some of them have called on, and you also, along with the ride, have called on for you to experience these karmics and these rough, the distortion, to be able to teach them. They feel that by teaching by distortion, she done jumped over it. That is the way in which they are really truly learning the lesson. Okay, now come in here and sit down. Now, by doing that, you are truly being able to ascend, find the dojo. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We got another co-host here. Yes, my baby. And so then this is mini me. She was born on the same day as me. So this is my mini me. So yeah, so when they're doing the karmic situations there, they are also learning to the way, the dojo, which that's the term I coined from being in martial arts. And they're saying again, while you're going through the things in the process, you are to find your way, which is knowing exactly who you are, which is truly divine. So a lot of times when you're in those finding your person or your cohort in that situation where they are in it, the more that you dislike them being in it, is think about that. It's just like that star-crossed lover or that parent that's saying, I forbid you to be with this person. All you're doing is making them want to. And the spirit brought to me, they say, you know what? Whatever you keep on resisting, it persists. So we have to get to the point now when we're talking about them, if they're in a karmic situations, the spirit about it, we've got to release them in love. We release them in love and light in that situation. Now, that doesn't mean to walk away from the journey. Again, what I tell you, I've been saying this all along. You should be actively waiting. Actively waiting. I mean, you go off and do whatever it is that whatever the journey tells you to actually go to. Now, again, this comes with disclaimer. I'm not asking you again to actively wait with someone who is in narcissism. It seems like, again, they're not showing any signs that they're coming your way. You haven't got any signs from heaven. You have asked your angels and your guides, hey, what should I do? And it seems like they're trying to lead you into another direction. Like, hey, you know what? Leave them alone. They're not ready. They're not showing signs of it. In the meantime, you go on ahead and do what you need to do. So it feels like you are meeting your own needs. That's fine. You do what you have to do. Get that out of here. Thank you. You do what you have to do in order for you to feel whole again, or union with self. That's all I'm going to say with that. However, like I said, you have to remember that this person is like you. So when they're like the mirroring effect, when you're sitting over there, like, I get rid of them. I don't want you with that person. They're hearing in the mirror. Stay with them. Cling more to them, be more with them. So you have to, again, and that's just the law of also physics. It's just going in the opposite direction. So again, inertia, whatever you push goes in the opposite direction, or whatever it is. That is where they are coming from. So they truly are believing that by them doing that, they're going to anchor down. They're showing me that they're going to even plant more further down in there until you just like release it. You have to, again, get to the point where you just release them in love and light and say, okay, you know what? If this is truly the divine, then I'm going to set course on for the intentionality between me and my person, for the divine to show true love does not quit on itself. True love does not collapse. True love does not um, disappear. True love is always existing. And so, whichever way to be open with the way it's going to be able to show up, this is where you go into you doing into your mission, your purpose, going to work on yourself, going to do your shadow work, doing all of those things that you need to be doing in order for you to be able to feel whole at this time. That's what union means. Maybe that's what you all don't. We're not understanding why they talk about union and you keep on thinking union like marital union. That's the 3D, the dimensional, the old ideology. Union again means unity. Union means a coming together of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. This is where you are. It's a need of a coming together in that sense within yourself. And then the other person will be able to come on board with that. So this is exactly where you have to come in on understanding that. I know it hurts. A lot of you saying again, about that. Like I'm really like I'm handing over. That's just like me will be handing over this cutie pie over to somebody that I said that is my worstest enemy, and I've got to trust that that is. But again, love you. So again, you have to get to the point that you have to go on ahead and trust. You put source. You put source at the head of your union, of your connection with that person, and you do the work which will cause them to also be able to pull and come into your direction again. But again, at this point, spirit had just brought to me that it is you need to get to the point where we are not forbidding, I forbid you to be with the karmic, or getting to the point because we're handing them over as over like a silver platter. But at the same time, we have to lovingly, that's where trust comes in, and that's where trust comes in with our person, and that's where trust comes in with source. Is saying, okay, if this person is truly my divine twin, we are seeing that again for to release it and allow for love and light, and for source to divinely lead them back to where they're supposed to be with their divine connection. Okay, and so that's where we have to, that is where we have to lead ourselves. Oh, sugar. We have to lead that because just like her with me, anywhere I'm around the house, she's going to follow me behind and say, where's my mommy? So that's again, so again, but most of the time, like I said, I had to leave her in order for her to be able to cling and find out the source of where I am. So that's where we are. I know it's controversial. I know for some of you all, it's like, oh my God, I got to do that. But this is where we are, and a lot of times that's why they say that the separation is good, because again, that helps you to go work on yourself. We see it's a lot of things we have to do, and that's why I'm being led that I will do a shadow work message for you guys. That's what we're going to work on next, is that shadow work. So that's what we could be working on for this week. Okay. All right then. Until next time, don't forget to get your GPS. Get your GPS readings as well, your GPS readings, which is found on divineunisource11.co, which is for $7. So make sure you take advantage of that. Also, remember to always click like, share, and subscribe to this channel so more people can get the message. Again, this this is something that we have to uh, okay, we have to, this is something that we have to do and listen to, because right now we need to be kind of shaken up so we can move and get out of our comfort zone, which also will be able to move and shake it up to do with our persons that's in the 3D. This is the Aquarius age. If you looked in the community tab, I talked about that. And being in the Aquarius age, that means we're getting pushed to do something different. We got to try a different strategy. Many of us have been on that good fight of saying against. We have not tried to say, hey, you know what? How about we just go ahead and just release it in love and light and say again, let you get that lesson, get that blessing, and stop resisting that they're with the person or in that situation, person, place, and thing, and just going ahead and say, okay, all right, I see it, I acknowledge it, you know what, and I'm going to release it to source and let them go on ahead and work it out and see how we can go about doing that. Okay. And let's see how that works out by us trying a different strategy this time, instead of sending all that negativity and this that, oh no, about the other stuff. Let's look at it from a different perspective to say again, source is helping. We're not persisting sending anything over there, so that in the our cohort's mind, they'll hear the message differently, which is okay, we're saying I'm releasing it, I won't resist it anymore. I'm surrendering to it, and then that might make them to go ahead and to go in the opposite direction and say, okay, well then I'm resisting where I'm at, because now I don't feel like I need to be tied there. Just think about it, just like that teenager. The more you persist about it, the more they get anchored into that direction. You say, I don't like that. My son, for that little girl, she is no good for him. So that's the way we have to look at it. All right, then. Until next time. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Nama go. All right, love you. Until next time. And my new co-host Ebony, she says, let me move out. Can I go this way? Go this way. My little co-host Ebony says, and bye till next time, people. All right. Loves you. All right, till next time.